There is an old saying about silence is golden, and I was thinking about how I communicate a lot to different friends that I have in Windows, right? The messenger, put the message in the window, and I'm very much aware when you're fully activated, particularly when I was a child, of keeping my mouth shut, not saying anything, because you're able to read what's known as resistance, which means you're reading their capacitor on a motherboard on how long it's going to take for them to heal to experience what I am, which is what love is. I'm talking about the pure stuff, as pure as it gets, which is pure, absolute, eternal love, right? So now you're into reaction states when you're running non-polarized consciousness. If I communicate something to you, how are you going to react to that? Because I don't want you to have a negative reaction state, right? Because I don't want to work on behalf of the enemy of our souls, right? Okay, so don't say nothing, right? So I have to be very, very careful of everything that I put in a window, particularly Clan Mother Caroline Luke McDonald. Okay, because she's a female and a mother, right? But I have to have fun with this because laughter is medicine, right? Because I got no control, however, she's going to react to anything or how anybody, any living cellular organism on the entire planet is going to react, right? But actually, we do. Because when other cells are experiencing what we are, which is what love is, those cells will heal. Which is why I've suggested, like this video that I just watched, which is really a prompt for why I'm doing this, that I put up on her Intel page and put it in her window and said, I suggest you watch this. Now, what she chooses to do with the information of that communication, not up to me. Her own soul consciousness and the essence of her spirit, right, will decide whether or not there's some compelling reason, right, aside from the fact that I'm the one that's communicating that. It may be something within her own spiritual essence and her own soul that she says that she's led to watch it because there may be something in there that's valuable to learn from. Who knows? That's based on her journey, not my journey. And this is why when I was a child, I realized I don't tell people what to do. I'm equal unto all. And that is an eternal blessing, which is an eternal gift, which means that's a non-hierarchical being. Because I'm always experiencing the one, the first one. Right? So you're experiencing eternal, absolute, pure love. So you certainly don't want to say anything or communicate something to somebody, right, in which they're going to have a negative energetic reaction to that. Right? Even though you're within your right, to freely express yourself. Right? But out of honor and respect for who we are, which is the same honor and respect for what of everything what we're giving love to, which is what's in our mirror that we're communicating to, is called selector. You know what a selector is on a dial, right? Select the communication for the particular being that we're communicating with. Right? So now we're into what Lay used to tell me all the time, quit wasting your time and energy communicating with these people. Okay? And because there's so much information, if you will, that we're experiencing and processing through biofield computers. So there's a difference between the electronic data and what it is that we feel emotionally, which is why I cry a lot every day, particularly over the last 3 or 4 days, on every living cellular level. Just like what happened in Maui. Okay? Imagine all the microorganisms that are in the water, in the soil, in the trees, the plants, the birds, that experience those directed energy weapons. Right? So when you scale it to how much you love everything there is in the entire universe, the entire multiverse, that is a living cell. Right? So I was watching this video on Pete Santillo, he travels around the country about Appalachia, living off the grid in Appalachia. And here is this beautiful old man, I shouldn't say old man, he in spirit, he talked about mama, right? And building what is, if you understand what permaculture is, he mentioned a word that just goes bang, perfect energy. He said the word perfect energy. You want the environment to be perfect energy, which is what permaculture is. That's no errors. That's being one with all creation. We're gifting love to. Yeah, I know. So that was my biggest wake-up call, bang, when I opened up a big pipe with my heart's vortex when I was on the island of Kauai. And it comes full circle, right? Was when I realized Mama was giving us everything that we need to be one with all creation at the cellular level, which is all the plants, right? All the aquatic life, all the life on the terrarium, the clouds, everything that's in our mirror that we're giving love to. So that I'm not held captive to technologies that facilitates a process of being dependent on them for who they are that are producing it. Because we're using our electrons as the energy to make manifest into our timeline who they are that is producing it, rather than being with Mama and those living energies. And that actually is a torque speed difference in being one with nature and experiencing the natural form and flow of creation energy that starts with the soil and the water, the atmospheres, the water worlds. So I wanted to share that with all of you. And so I thought that's what I need to do. It's one of the reasons that it's a big magnet. I'm drawn to go back to the redwoods, go live way out in the bushes. You know, go run into everybody calls them, I guess, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, SETI, whatever. I ran into one. I already covered that story a long time ago. But yeah, being one with nature. Being one with nature. Yep. Anyway, have a great day. We love you all. I'm experiencing the servers. I can hear them running. That's another reason. I don't know in the way that a morphogenetic field structure works. You know, when anyone that I communicate with, but I'll use the example of my clan mother because of her heart and her soul, which is a vortex. So when I communicate information to her, and this is how hub servers run, it's like being a node in a network. Okay, so if she's running a high-speed vortex, and then she becomes aware of what I become aware of, and I share it with her, she's going to spin it through where she's at in that location on a motherboard. Now those frequencies and those codes from somebody who's fully activated, she's going to run that data. She's going to run what I'm feeling by virtue of what I'm experiencing through her vortex as another node, big node in the network where she's at up in Canada. And what does that do? Increases the speed. Right? Connections in the network. So there is a method to the madness of why certain things get communicated at certain times between past, present, and future. Right? Just like, what's the guy's name? Philip K. Dick. Boy, did he expose it. I put that in her window as well. On the importance of it. And it may be only a few sentences in there, just like all it took for the guy that was with the Appalachia video this morning. Perfect energy. You could listen to all the other words that were being communicated, and that one goes bang. That's called a full circle statement. Perfect energy. Perfect balance. The law of spheres. Living energies being one with nature. Yeah. Have a great day.